And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called the Queen of Hansa. This is a game from Hobby Japan, and I really liked our last game, Master of Respect. In this one, it doesn't even pretend there's a theme. It says, try to collect sets of corresponding trade cards and amass luxury goods from prosperous cities. And the person with the most income after 3 rounds is the winner. Also points. In this game, you're trying to collect sets. It's kind of an area control game or a set collection where you have more cards than other people do. It's a simple game with a few actions. It's a really fast game. The box here says 45 minutes, which is really an overestimation of what's inside. It's a really fast little game. In this game, there are 4 different cities on the board: the red, blue, yellow, and black city, although it's London, Bruges, Bergen, and Novgorod. These cities are going to have different goods that are going to be coming into them. You have a deck of regular goods in which each player is going to draw 2 of those at the board. Draw 4, keep 2 at the beginning of the game. And you have luxury goods. Depending on the number of players for each round of the game, you're going to take some of those and shuffle them together. And then you're going to deal them face up in each area. The game's going to take place over 3 rounds. In each round, there's going to be acquiring trade cards. Then there'll be a scoring, and then you'll get ready for the next round. So when you acquire the trade cards, you'll start with the first player, and that player is going to either trade with a city or participate in the council. When they trade with a city, you're going to pick one of the 2 cards in your hand, play it face up in front of you. So I might play this guy face up in front of me, and then I'm going to pick a card that's in the port, these 2 spaces, in the city that matches the color I displayed. So I played a black card, so I might take this card here. If it has a luxury cube on it, which are randomly drawn from a bag, then I get to put that cube in front of me. And as you play cards in front of you, you're going to put them in the spot that you have. So I have 1 black card, and I have 1 yellow, essentially. I'd put that in front of me in that area. Then you'll move all the cards into the port like this. The other thing you can do is you can pick a card from your hand and play it face down in front of you. When you do that, you're going to pick any of the prosperity markers of the city. So all the prosperity markers start here, and you can move it to the left or to the right. So I might say, I would like the black city to be a little bit more prosperous, so I'll move that one up 1 space. Then after you do that, you can grab a card from any city and add it to your hand. And again, you'll slide over the cards as you do that. Now, as cards are collected and the cards shift over, eventually the last card will come into port. And when that happens, the first city that happens to will move 1 to the left, or actually their prosperity goes down. The next city happens to moves 1 to the right. And then the next city moves 2 to the right, and the final city moves 3 to the right. And when the last card comes into port, that's going to be the end of that round, and we move the scoring. When that happens, you're going to look at the prosperity for each of the cities here. And so, for example, here, I have 5 yellow, a total of 5 yellow in the city, and 6. So I have 6 influence in the yellow city. If I have the most, I'm going to score 12 points. The second most is going to get fewer points. They're simply going to take the value. I have 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Well, actually, that would be the same if I had been second. And then the third place will get the value of their influence times 1. So you can see as these move up, you can get a lot of points. Look, 36 points for first place. And the points are going to be scored on this track here. This track is marks, keeping track of your score, and you're going to get marks also based on a number of different types of cubes you have. So if you have all 4 cubes, you'll get 20 points. If you only have 1 color of cube, you're going to get 2 points. Then you have to discard all your cubes, except you may keep 1 for each ship that you have. So ships don't give you a lot of influence in a city, but they do allow you to keep those cubes from round to round. Then you'll replenish all the cards and start another round. After the third and final round, there's a couple score things. You'll take all the cards you had face down in front of you, you'll turn them face up, you'll add together their power, It doesn't matter what the colors are. And whoever has the highest power will get points equal to the highest city. Second highest power gets the second highest city, etc. There's also golden ship. Whoever has the most ships is going to get points. And then the number of different people. You'll notice that the different people here have letters on them. And so the number of different letters you have will score you points, as well as if you have the same letter multiple times, you'll get points. You add all those points / marks together, and whoever has the most is the winner of the game. The scoring track is pretty, looks like a chalkboard, I guess. I do like that these tokens here for the scoring track will stack on top of each other, but still, the scoring track is a little mind-numbing to look at as you go across. I'd almost rather you just collect coins or something. The rest of it looks okay. It has Clemens Franz artwork, which I always think his artwork looks better at a distance. When you see his stuff close up, it looks a little, I don't know, the people look a little wooden. The cards are fine. They're all different quality cards, and they look like water. It is neat that when you put the stuff out here on the water, the ships especially, you see them floating in the water. I don't know how the people are floating in the water, but it looks okay, but this game is not so much about the components but about the gameplay. There really isn't much of a theme. My only complaint about the components, honestly, is that this bag that you pull the cubes out is really too small to fit anyone but a doll's hand inside. Honestly, again, like I said, no theme at all here. And that's fine, because this is a really quick game that has a lot of interactivity, which I find interesting. Not the interactivity of I'm messing with other players, but I'm watching what they're taking every single time. Now, the card that they play face down, I don't know what that is, but you have to be careful when you place a card face down, you can move how a city, their income and how valuable that city is, and it also will count towards endgame scoring. I might want to score stuff during the course of the game. This is most certainly a game where in the third round there is scoring, which is much more than during the game. But the during the game scoring, keeping those luxury goods and getting those bonus points for them, it's not nothing, right? There's some considerable scoring that's going to happen during the course of the game, and you'll find that a lot of the game is moving to score tracks. Again, I cannot emphasize how fast the speed of this game is. You play a card, grab a card, slide them, boom, your turn. And you go around, and you're only going to have so many cards before all the cities are done. But it's that what makes the game is that when do I move this card? Which card am I going to take? Because I'll take a card from a city. I'm doing two things. Possibly making that city the first one to finish to score points from. Okay, so there's that. And even after all the cards come into the harbor, I can still draw until it's empty. So that's one thing, keeping track of the cities and where their relative strength is going to be. And what card am I taking? Because I'll be able to play that card later on. And what kind of card? Am I going to try to collect those sets for the end of the game? Having a bunch of different nobles at the end, that's a huge amount of points. But ships are really handy during the game because they let you keep those cubes, which you can keep scoring and scoring and scoring. And then, of course, the other ones, the big trading houses, they're just worth a lot of points to help you control those different houses. I don't mean to make this game sound more strategic than it is. It's literally play a card, pick up a card. That's the whole game. You're going to do it, 20 sometimes over the course of the game, and that's it. I like it, though. It's a filler game that feels interesting. It reminds me of games like Biblios and things like that, where it's just play, pick, play, pick. And at the end of the day, I feel like I've done something substantial. So the Queen of Hansa, I think some people are going to pass it by because it doesn't look that interesting, honestly. The theme doesn't really look interesting. The theme's not there anyway. But if you're looking for a fast, nice filler style game, I think this one works really well. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.